Storybook Scrapbooking with Brittany Nicole. Today I am sharing some layouts I created using the Hope Story Kit, I'm pulling them out right now, the Connect Story Kit, and the Action Story Kit from Ali Edwards. I have subscribed to the Story Stamp and to the Story Kits. For Action and Hope, I had to use printables because my actual physical kits were in Canada and I was in Florida. And then for Connect, I was able to use the physical kit because I had it shipped to Florida. And then for Bloom, I actually have a total of 5 12x12 layouts and one sort of traveler's notebook size or life crafted album size layout. So I ended up getting a total of 6 layouts with my Bloom kit. And the reason I chose to subscribe to this kit this year is because I really wanted to incorporate the word of the month. So like, well, this one I haven't done yet, evening, but let's say connect. I wanted to take the word connect and then connect it, yeah, no pun intended, but connect the word connect to my one little word for the year, balance. So take the word hope and somehow connect it to my one little word, balance, take the word action and connect it to my one little word, balance. I apologize for this noise in the background. This would be a puppy playing with his favorite toy ever, this like $5 watering can, even though he has all these fancy pet toys. And then on top of connecting it to my one little word for the month, I also really wanted to focus on more of a journaling emphasis and a kind of reflective documentation, not just documenting stories, but kind of documenting the emotions and the feelings. So for Hope, Action, and Connect, I don't have videos of me filming any of my layouts, but for Bloom, I actually show you guys how I take an entire kit and how I break it down and end up with pretty much nothing left over. So for Hope, I did Believe Hope, this story, and sometimes against all odds, against all logic, we still hope. Once you choose hope, anything is possible. Yes, just this. Hope rises after letting go. And the reason I was doing all this with a picture of Gareth and I on the day we got engaged is because our relationship was quite a journey. And it definitely required me believing in hope and hoping that, you know, there was more to us than sort of, I guess, what meets the eyes, because there was definitely times in our relationship that we should not be together. We were not like for each other. We had to put a lot of work into our relationship, and so it's really exciting. So that's why I wanted to use this photo. These are all printables that I fussy cutted, and then I added enamel dots. I was limited on the enamel dot choice I had because it was only the enamel dots I had with me in Florida. I didn't have like my whole selection, which is why these are not like a brown burgundy. But I really like how it turned out. I used some Project Life cards that I had in my stash as things to map my photo on. Then for Action, this one is a combination of my stash and the Action printable. So this is cut from the Action printable. This is cut from the Action printable. And then I'm focusing on the word action. A lot of this is either some stash or some Project Life cards and then some washi tape. So hard work looks like this, and then plan of action, bringing it to life one day at a time. Bailey's not always the biggest fan of my hard work. He wants to play. But I kind of journal a bit about starting a business, being self-employed, and how it definitely is hard work. And, you know, you kind of make the choice on, you know, what you get out of it based on how much you put into it, but you also need to work hard. And there's always a story behind it. It's a journey. And then my entire life is run on calendars. So without calendars, I just can't function. And so I think one of the reasons that I'm able to kind of thrive working for myself is because I'm very organized and I am structured. But there was a time I thought I would never be able to do something like this, nor did I really ever have the desire. But I think truly part of the reason I think I maybe didn't have the desire is I don't think I really thought I could do it. And then through a bunch of circumstances, with Gareth being one of the biggest supporters of it all, I just sort of took action and evolved to doing something that I absolutely love. So I wanted to document that. And then Bailey's just absolute conundrum that now I'm not available all the time for playtime. Then another one I have based on action, using this principle that I cut out, taking action looks like this. And this principle I cut out, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it's the courage to continue that counts. This is really me tying it in a bit to my word balance and also to self-growth. This is a screenshot, not a screenshot, this is me taking a photo of a book that I was reading. And then I highlighted the phrase, compassion is something we all want, but are we willing to look at why boundary setting and saying no is a critical component of compassion? And so I said rise and shine because almost every morning I read a book that kind of helps me focus on goals and the direction I want to go in for my life. And so I used pretty much almost all Paige Taylor Evans besides the Ali Edwards principles, and I really love how it came together. Then I did not have, as you guys can see, I did not have a lot of solid 12 by 12 pattern paper or cardstock with me. I kind of used it all up. So we were using washi tape to put things together. So then I switched to the Connect kit. I apologize for the interruption. So as I was saying, the rest of the layouts I'm going to share are layouts I did using the Connect Story kit from Ali Edwards. And this one I had the physical kit. So that was really fun because I actually got to use the 4x6, 3x4 cards, some of the word stickers and phrases, chipboard embellishments. And then it had these beautiful kind of like rustic heart brads that were part of the kit, as well as these heart transparencies. And then I also used a heart stamp set that I had, and then fussy cut some hearts as well to add and tie in the pattern paper. So like here's a heart, here's a heart, and here's a heart in these pattern papers. This one, I tried to make sure the word that I was documenting was on my layout in the title or somehow. So connecting and loving, connecting the dots, here's the story. So glad we connected, special connections. I really wanted us to add another member to our family, and I couldn't find, I just wasn't connecting with any puppies. And this is the guy, Mr. No Name. He did not have a name for the longest time that I picked. It was just me. Gareth and the kids weren't with me. They were in Canada. And this is who we took home. And I forgot what it was like when you get a puppy and like they're all you have. For a very long time, he was just with me because of people having COVID and needing to be extra cautious with my Baba, or my grandma. We call her Baba, but because she was having surgery, she had just had a couple surgeries, and so we wanted to make sure she was completely healthy and we didn't want her to get sick. Then I documented this layout, connect, getting together, taking the time. This connection has my heart, obviously. Taking time to connect. So this isn't Gareth's best picture. I'm not gonna say it's a horrible one, but it's a bad quality photo because it was just me screenshotting, FaceTiming with Gareth on a date. I went to one of my, depending on what you're in the mood for, favorite restaurants in Boca, and sat at the bar while Gareth went to a restaurant outside in Canada and sat down, and we FaceTimed and enjoyed dinner together. So again, using a lot of my old stash pattern papers, and then using 3x4 cards that were in the kit, and then using a 3x4 card that was in my stash. And I really love how it turned out. And just documenting the importance of him and I connecting while being in different countries and just kind of dealing with everything that's going on. And then this one, I used a 3x4 or 4x6 card as my title, Come Together. And then I have these chipboards, the heart brads, and this all from the Ali Edwards Connect kit. And then I used a ton of fussy cutting of florals as well. And then a Paige Taylor Evans 12 by 12 paper, and I don't know who this paper is, but this was on Easter Sunday, and just documenting how we were able to connect, not in the standard way where our entire family comes together for Easter, but my Bob and Grandpa were distanced from us outside, and then one of my grandpa's best friends, Ron, and that's my Aunt Sands, my Aunt and Uncle Joe were there, and we all just, we didn't eat or anything, but we just enjoyed some drinks and hanging out in their backyard, in Bob and Grandpa's backyard. And then it was also Ryder getting to hang out with Bob and Grandpa. And he has this crazy thing where he likes to get his container of water, and then he dumps it out and runs around with the container like he is the happiest thing in the world. At this point in time, though, he was still no name. So I just wanted to document this. For some reason, I didn't really get a picture of everybody's faces, but I do remember taking a picture of this because I liked this one and I wanted to remember it. And, you know, it does show us connecting. It shows Aunt Janine in there. I know Uncle Joe's here, and then Ron. So I really enjoyed doing that. And then let's think here. I have 2 more connect layouts. This one says thankful for our connection. It means so much. It's a strong connection. I'm really thankful to be very close with my grandparents. I'm not close with all my grandparents, but I'm extremely close with these grandparents. And part of that, I think, is because they have always made the time to be there for me growing up. So I just feel like super close to them. Will tell them every and anything. This is the morning that Baba was having her surgery to remove her colon cancer. I had come really early in the morning to pick up Bob and Grandpa with my mom because you know, we wanted to give her that support. And then once we dropped her off, because, you know, Grandpa, none of us could stay in the hospital, we waited for Grandpa to drop her off and have her checked in. And then Grandpa and Mom and I went for breakfast, and then we played the waiting game. And then these are just some images of some things that go on when I go to my grandparents' house. These were from my recent trip, but Grandpa's Dutch. He absolutely loves Gouda cheese. I don't know if there's a connection there, but I love Gouda cheese because of Gramps, and I love it the way he cuts it. So he always cuts it really thin and puts it on a paper plate. I love it. There's something about it. They have the most comfortable couch. And like everybody who goes to my grandparents' house ends up taking a nap if you're really tired, because you just fall asleep on the couch. It's the best. And here's Bailey already knocked out. And then this is a Caesar. I swear I have ordered Caesars before. If you're Canadian, I think you know what a Caesar is. If you're American or somewhere else, I'm not sure. I grew up with a bunch of Canadians in the US, so it's not a Bloody Mary. It has like Clamato juice and vodka in it, and I don't know what else, but nobody makes a Caesar like my grandpa. It's my favorite drink. I love having it at their house. And then Bob and I were also watching the TV show Clarice, leading up to her surgery, and then after her surgery, we just had fun watching it together. And I'd also go to their house and watch the English Premier League soccer games with my grandpa, any games that Liverpool played in. So I just wanted to document these things, how much I love connecting with them, the connection that means everything to me, the special connections we have, and just how much I love my grandparents. I think they're a great role model, and again, using up my stash, and basically everything else is Allie Edwards, except some of the stuff backing the cards is stash. And then the last layout I created with the connect was to disconnect. Just meaning, you know, sometimes reaching out and taking someone's hand is the beginning of a journey. At other times, it is allowing another to take yours. Then I documented some things I was feeling connected to, things I was feeling disconnected to, documenting a book that I have now finished, but at the time was still reading The Gifts of Imperfection. Highly recommend it. It was really helpful to me. I really love Brene Brown's work. And then this was a photo of me. I was trying to do this photo challenge, and one of the challenges one day was to take a picture of a shadow. Another day was to take an image of a pool. Well, spoiler, did not complete the photo challenge for 30 days, but I did combine the shadow and the pool in one, and I thought that was fun. And then I wanted to document 3 memories for disconnecting in order to connect. Courage, dear heart, build. Courage to recognize your need and what I need to work on for me. So I think it does take courage to recognize the things that we have faults in, or the things that we are weak in, or the areas we need growth in. It takes trusting yourself and then like working on it. Memory number 2, just everyday stuff, reaching out. To me, it's a daily practice to work on myself. It's hard and definitely requires work and help. Garrett's a great partner and husband in that, encouraging me to take the time I need to work on me, and I try to do the same with him, and hopefully also model it for the kids. And then a work of art, understanding, just to understand that, and this could sound cheesy and I'm not trying to, but just saying that I'm a work of art and so is everyone else. And so to remember that the details matter. You know, when artists do their work, the details matter, and every one of us is a piece of work, and we're a piece of art, and there's details and layers and depths to our story, and people who come into our story are bringing their own perception for kind of how they interpret the art. But that's not for me. What I really had to learn to work on is I'm responsible for my reactions. And even being really finicky about taking time to work on me. Sometimes I struggle because I feel like people are going, oh, well, that's selfish, or, oh, I can't believe, you do that and take that much time to work on yourself. But I'm like, I'm a horrible mother. I'm a horrible wife. I'm not a good daughter, sister, granddaughter, friend, etc. when I'm not like doing the things I need to do to be good for me. And then she has this take time to connect with myself. It's so worth it every single time. I have never regretted taking me time where I'm proactively working on myself, not where I'm like being passive, but being proactive. And so these are some of the reasons why I really wanted to commit to subscribing to the Ali Edwards Story Kit. And so far I've pretty much completely used up the Connect Kit, and the Bloom Kit, I literally only have this left over from the Bloom Kit. So I like completely killed the Bloom Kit. And then quite frankly, if I had been in Canada, Action and Hope would have already been used up. But because I wasn't in Canada, I could only use the digital files. And as you can see, I use them a ton. So I do plan on creating more layouts with the actual physical kits, and we'll share that process. I do also have a video coming up, like I mentioned, where I share how I broke apart the Bloom Kit and decided how many layouts I was gonna make with it and what stories I was gonna document. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love to know if you do subscribe to the Story Kit or the Story Stamp by Ali Edwards, and if you do, how do you incorporate them into your scrapbooking? Thank you so much for watching.